Thanks for joining us on our AM News. My name is Joy Ubani with the details of our bulletin. And I know that this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Please do well to like and follow our page. Now, acknowledging God's purpose in our lives has been identified as a means of securing a bright future. This is the precept averred by Reverend Esther Edem at a Thanksgiving service to commemorate the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day at Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Ikoraning, Itam, Itu local government area. Emedon was there.
Here are legionnaires and veterans who have gathered to thank God for His benevolence upon their lives. Preaching on the theme, God's purpose will stand in our lives, Reverend Esther Edem charged Christians to walk and align with the purpose of God for His glory, to radiate and bring joy into their lives.
24 to Armed Forces of Nigeria, they tell you, my purpose will stand. It is not your purpose, it is not my purpose, it is the purpose of God for our lives. It means in the past years we have seen His purpose. Whatever happened on earth is the purpose of God for us.
The Armed Forces Remembrance Day is an annual ritual that brings the memory of the struggle to champion peace and unity in the country. Hence, the need for citizenry to collaborate with the security agencies to maintain peace that the fallen heroes fought gallantly to protect.
The security of the nation is in your hands, in our hands. Because if we want peace in this country, we must support the security agencies.
Unfortunately, the security situation in the country today gives more to be desired. But when we are celebrating those who have lost their lives to keep the country one, it gives us concern. Because this was the very reason that these people laid down their lives.
Today has been set aside for us to remember our soldiers, those that have worked assiduously, those that have given their lives, signed up to secure us, both human beings and property. But in course of their duty, a lot of them have lost their lives. I want to ask God that God will bless them, God will remember them in eternity.
The choir rendered their peace to the glory of God. A prayer was made for peace and stability of the country, as well as the families of the departed heroes. From Itu, Emedionmo, NTA News.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri has called on well-meaning Nigerians to always give support to families of fallen heroes and legionnaires, as well as celebrate service, military and paramilitary officers as much as they can. The governor made the call at a Thanksgiving service to commemorate the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day at the King of Glory Chapel in Government House, Yenogwa. The reports.
The well-attended interdenominational services to the memories of fallen heroes and legionnaires who sacrificed their lives for the peace and unity of the nation. Officiating minister at the service, Archbishop Israel Ege, in his message titled Divine Restoration, admonished families of fallen heroes and legionnaires to keep hope alive despite the present economic realities, noting that they should always put their trust in God.
Our young men who are breadwinners of their families paid heavily for these operations. They paid heavily to make sure that there is peace in Nigeria. Some of the children they left behind could not further their educations.
Governor Jiri, represented by his deputy Senator Lawrence Erujakbo, called for a paradigm shift, stressing that the focus should not be on celebrating fallen heroes alone, but also to the 7 military and paramilitary officers who are also on the battlefield. He called for adequate welfare through funding to cater for the families of fallen heroes.
So for me, both the 7, we need to commend them. Those who are retired, we need to commend them. And also those who are there, we need to commend them. So there should be an endowment fund. I want to commend Mr. President for signing off on the health insurance for those who have died for a backlog of years. But we believe that there should be a consolidated fund for their businesses and their upkeep when they die.
Prayers were also offered for leaders of the country and Bayelsa State. Fred Okwefie, NTA News.
Away from that, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umueno has expressed readiness to partner with the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority and the OCP African in 4 key areas. The governor made this known during a meeting with representatives of the companies at the Government House. Kevin Salmon brings us the details.
Areas of interest, according to the visiting theme, includes ammonia production and ammonia phosphate plants, enhancing productivity of the coconut refinery and the greenhouses in the state.
To progress with the projects without waiting the gas, otherwise we will not start the project. The second is to show to the others that we are committed to do the projects, and this phase 1 will be mainly the equity. Small part will be debt, but mainly it will be 60% or 70% equity. That means it's the sponsor that will invest on the first phase.
We had a package for Akwa Ibom youths. We know a job, a hand that is idle. That is what the devil uses as the workshop. So, and the package we had is that we should be able to take some of the youths in Akwa Ibom out of idleness and engage them in very productive farming.
I believe that across the entire value chain, there's a lot of value that can be brought to the state and all communities involved through job creation, but also in terms of revenue generation as well. Our objective really is to work with the state in operationalizing that asset, developing it further to actually allow us produce more than just the oil that it's currently built to do, but also enhance and upskill the communities with regards to operating these types of assets.
Governor Eno assures the theme that his administration is ever ready to partner experts in different areas that will further the development of the state. He notes that while government should not be directly into business, it is the responsibility of government to provide enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
We are ready, and I'm a hands-on person. Unfortunately, I believe that Mr. Caleb Doc and his team we've done this before. So if God gives me the privilege now to be on the driver's seat, I like to say that I'll do everything I can, everything, absolutely. And we have a good team here, that we can just set up a small team, put on the templates they want them to achieve, set deadlines, and come back to you so we know where there are issues, we can tackle them and get things done.
The governor immediately set up a team on the government side with the Commissioner for Agriculture, Managing Director of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, and others who are to work with the visiting team to facilitate the process of the deal. From the Government House, Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
The economic advancement and wealth creation plans of Governor Umueno's administration has captured in the Arise agenda will receive a boost as the state concludes plan to locate a branch of the Bank of Industry in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. Governor Eno made this known while addressing stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party during a New Year visit to the party's secretariat. Kevin Samuel again reports.
One of the critical parts of a nation's growth is a small and medium-sized enterprises, which is often described as the engine room of the economy. Bearing this in mind, as one who rose from the sector, Governor Moeno has continued to seek ways of providing an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. One of such moves is the conclusion of agreement to locate a branch of the Bank of Industry in the capital city to help accelerate business activities in the state.
I want to support small medium enterprises. The Bank of Industries will open shop in Akwa Ibom. We have finished working, we've given them space, they have set up and they are flagging off, they are commissioning in February. They are occupying a floor on the 21-story towers. That's where their office is. All that is to support small, medium enterprises. We are going to support that bank and we'll make sure that we give them money to loan to our business people at single digits. Single digits.
The state party chairman and other stakeholders while commending the governor for his numerous achievements so far in office assured of their unalloyed support all through his tenure as governor of the state.
Your coming to Akwa Ibom as the governor under PDP was divine, and nothing could have changed it, and nothing will ever change it. I have the authority of the party to give you assurance that the party is with you.
And each of you as members of the PDP should be very proud of yourselves to have a man like this you elected.
And we have no doubt that your coming, your reign in Akwa Ibom State will blend the history of development and will take the state from where we are to where God wants it to be in the scheme of things in Nigeria and beyond Nigeria.
The New Year visit, which attracted party faithful from across the state, featured goodwill messages from selected stakeholders. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Again, Governor Umweno has assured that the ongoing erosion project on Atiku Abubakar Way and Udoyan Street will be completed before raining season. Governor gave this assurance during inspection of the site project. Kelvin Samuel again brings us the details.
As at last rainy season, it was a terrible experience driving through Atiku Abubakar Way and Odoyang Street by Oraudofia axis due to the heavy erosion that sent most residents of the areas packing. On assumption of office, Governor Eno immediately sworn into action to bring a lasting solution to the ugly menace which has been the situation for many years. Today, the governor is happy with the pace of work being done as he assures of timely completion.
You see the drains, the underground drain, then the upper drain. You could see the length to take water and join it to the main source of drainage in the state. I think those interventions were good. So for me, from time to time, I go out to see and have a clear understanding of what expense we are doing. I think I'm just marrying the money to the work, in my own estimation.
No, if we didn't do this now, we could have lost almost half of Uyo because the erosion was hitting almost 50 meters per week during the rains. But now we have been able to arrest. You see, we are the last retaining wall. There's going to be another retaining wall up there. All these places will be filled up to the level of the drain so that when rain comes, any water that flows from the top will be controlled.
These projects on completion will salvage the age-long despair of residents of Atiku Abubakar Avenue, the disconnection in a wet-offered community, and restore economic activities in the areas. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Better management and proper valuation of public assets will guide against indiscriminate sales of government assets and ensure that government get proper monitoring value from these assets. The National President, Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, John Bull Amayarbo, stated this at a press briefing. Edido Iba reports.
Members of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers are in Uyo for the third regular meeting of the institution. The institution is concerned about the state of the economy with the challenge of hike in the prices of food and medicine with its ripple effects. They call for pragmatic approach to these challenges through the provision of incentives to farmers to ensure food security and stem the tide of hunger.
We call for a more pragmatic approach in addressing the hard realities in the country. Issues of inflation, rising cost of living, increasing unemployment, high rates of poverty, widening income gaps, weak economic growth, and several others should be more aggressively tackled.
The President, John Bull Amaibo, expressed faith in the federal government's ability to turn around the economy. They however call for provision of platforms for engagement, introduction of infrastructural support fund, community policing, and expand the capacity of security agencies.
The vast array of public assets, both domestically and internationally, tangible and intangible, within Nigeria and abroad, will be optimally utilized for the benefits of Nigerians. As an advocate of good governance and dependable partner with the federal and state governments in policy formulation.
This is the third regular meeting in the 2023-2024 council year. In Uyo, Edidi Ongiba, NTA News.